There we go.
And we're live. Like magic.
Sometimes it's a little bit with the way that Google messes with all their stuff. All right, we are bringing out Geek, and we are talking Walking Comics, Walking Dead issue number 52.
Yes, indeed. It's a good one too. Kind of fun.
It is, and at the same time, there wasn't a lot to it.
No, ultimately, if you boil it down, it could be an extremely short recap if we want.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think we'll be doing that. I think we'll stretch it a little bit.
A little bit.
But the Rnnk in my hashtag Rnnk on the little dealy do, the lower third deal,
Dealy do,
comes from beginning of this comic as this issue, which we'll talk about the cover first before we get into, because this is basically Rnnk is on like the first page. But the cover, what'd you think?
I'm pulling it up now because I forgot what. Oh yeah, so good preview.
Yeah, actual.
I mean,
although it appears like Michonne might be menacing Carl in this.
I was just gonna say,
which I'm cool with. I'm absolutely fine with.
I was gonna say this is one of those covers that they share something that actually never takes place.
Right.
So
beyond Michonne and Carl.
Yeah, he's not afraid of her like that, and she's not threatening him. So but that is what it looks like on the cover. It looks.
Yes. If you imagine all the excitement when this first came out, people go, "Yes, Michonne's taking Carl out. I can't wait for this."
I don't mind comic Carl that as much as I minded young TV Carl. So
fair enough.
Young TV Carl was yeah.
And so I don't know how many new viewers we might have for this show. We hope some at some point in time.
Eventually, it should happen.
Eventually, that'd be nice. But if you are new or forgetful, if you watched the show before, good ship spoiler here all the time, everywhere, all the way through the show, all the way through the comic. If we could see into the future, we'd be spoiling that too. So if there's anything about, don't tell me about this because I'm not caught all the way up, we talk about anything we've seen all the way up to the most current issue of the comic and most current episode of the television show.
True.
So a disclaimer should flash that up, put it on a card.
Don't get angry. So what did you think of the cover? I mean, it was well done and full color, not as monochromatic as a lot of them have been recently. So
yeah, I liked it, and it goes into certain palettes really seem just to kind of come across so much stronger and appear more as art than some of the other covers of the one that kind of stray maybe more into the more pure basic color comic palette. It just looks it looks more like a cartoon on some of them, but this one just looked like a really good graphic image. So it was cool, and it's Michonne, so it's gonna be cool. Carl may get killed, even better. So good cover for me. It's even a better cover because right after the cover you get Rnnk. Because apparently Rnnk is one of the zombie vocabulary words. Makes some appearances throughout different issues, but Rnnk, Rnnk. So if you're looking to talk zombie, it's the way to go.
But it's not even just R, and it's got a question mark on it, like he's asking.
Zombie's like, Rnnk? It's a flexible. So should any of the noises that come out of the zombies have punctuation, like enthusiasm, question? Because I don't think just a zombie. Have we ever seen on the television show a zombie go? Like what? Scooby Doo.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a little Scooby Doo, like ruh-roh.
That's interesting. I have to go back and look how many times there's a question mark after a zombie noise.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the first I noticed. So
I was so taken by Rnnk I missed the punctuation, but that's a great catch. This might be a hint to everybody that there's not like a lot of activity in this issue. We just give you 5 minutes on Rnnk. So, but
Well, to be fair, there are. I mean, we've always had issues where there's 1 or 2 pages of boring dialogue or a discussion about beans or just
I don't like this. I like that. Canned food assessment. Yeah,
yeah.
fair enough.
So I mean, they got to give us a little bit here. Basically, the zombie, the Rnnk zombie, is looking over his shoulder because he hears a car coming, and essentially, Rick is teaching Carl how to do vehicular zombie slaughter. I guess is really the only.
It appears as the dialogue continues, whatever instruction was provided to Carl prior to putting him behind the wheel was very limited. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't know which pedal. I don't know what to do here, and apparently he drives a lot like TV Lori. So I noticed that
Where'd he get it from?
because it seems to be very much in the family that they are not particularly good drivers. And he
No, it looks like
down.
Carl's like aiming for them. He hits enough that left and right. He hits enough that Rick has to get out and clean the windshield.
Yeah. With what, I'm not clear.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what he's going to clean that with either. But he does yell at Carl, like, slow down and blah blah blah.
Yeah. So and then they get out and he cleans it, and then he looks over and there's a truck kind of in the gully, and so they've just finished mowing down 6 or 7 zombies. So apparently there's a zombie range or walker range here. And Rick's like, stay here, Carl. I'll be right back. I'm going shopping. And heads over to get the gas cans topped off so that they're in good shape.
Yeah.
And Carl gets a visitor.
Carl's in peril. Imagine that. Like, when isn't Carl in peril?
And does not look good for our little friend until a large sharp object passes through the back of the zombie's head and out the front. And with a nice shunk is the sound. And our friend shunk. And our good friend Michonne is back.
Which I have to say could not have. I'm glad it happened because I don't think I could have handled another just Rick and Carl issue. I don't.
No, the whole Mayberry DEAD.
It went on way too long. And so she saves him. She kills the zombie that's trying to attack him and get in the car. There's an odd little bit here though, where he jumps on her like a howler monkey, like latches on. He looks like he's about 4 years old. He's that small on her. I mean, he looks really. I mean, just tiny, like preschooler tiny.
Yeah, his dimension. It's not quite like the killers in Piranaconda. The Piranacondas in Piranaconda shot to shot varied widely. Sometimes they were big as a school bus, and sometimes they were the size of a basketball, and it's the same fish. So there's so it's not quite that bad for Comic Carl, but Comic Carl does appear to expand and contract a little bit.
Yeah,
sometimes he's like tiny, and then big, but he's at that. The size is he is small enough to accomplish the monkey jump and hang on to somebody, but not sustainable given the weight and size. It's like it's going to be very difficult to sustain that because he's getting a little big. Right. He was just so happy to see her, and that's how he chose to express it. And it was neat, kind of in this whole section, how the television show kind of hit some notes from this. The same thing about the Carl Michonne relationship. And they played it a little differently, and they had done some other things, but the basic arc of the story is that these two like each other, and there's a bond there, and so it's cool to kind of see the slightly different depictions in the television show and the comic, but both are good. So
well, and I think they bonded over getting a crib for Judith, I think, initially. Wasn't that what it was in the TV show?
In the TV show, yep. And they had because they had to go kind of break into a place, and then it was. I'm trying to remember. I think it's more in the comic. Michonne's always out picking up extra comic books for them.
Yes.
That'll kind of come up, and
sure.
just kind of a continuation of that relationship. But yeah, I think in the television show, the big bonding moment was the Walmart shopping trip, where she picked up that god awful cat.
So I just wanted to interject that. So.
And Carl's super happy, and then Rick is drawn and delivers possibly the creepiest high I've ever seen. So it's Carl, oh, you're back, and whatever. And then there's this full panel of Rick's head with this. I don't know how to describe the expression on his face outside of seems a little creepy to
Stalker.
me. And
Stalker.
It's like hello, it's like hi.
It's one of the only shots that you see of him ever straight on, like looking directly at you, and it's creepy.
And it's just because had it been just high in the bubble at regular size, maybe an exclamation point after it, maybe then I'm okay. But this is like a really tiny high. It's so small. It's just kind of like hi. No, it was creepy.
Has kind of a Landau Calrissian feel to it.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Yes.
And year. Sorry. Okay.
So then Rick decides that after hi, we're going back to the farm, young lady. Would you like to come join us? And so he's looking to head back to the farm.
Yeah.
To see what's going on, and another walker shows up, and Michonne says, "I'll get it," and takes it out. And I kind of, in the whole scene where Michonne does that, I'm sure that I have just visually misread this, but it looks to me like the walker's copping a feel on Michonne during the finish through there. So if you could take a look at that and just tell me that I try and construct.
I concur. I absolutely concur with that. I didn't notice that. Leave it to a guy to notice that. Yeah, no, I didn't notice that the first time.
I have no idea why my eyes were drawn to that section of the. I just happened to be.
Yeah, right. I've been to a Comic-Con with you. I know exactly what you're drawn to. No, that is his hand is right there.
It looked to me.
Yeah.
And I just like to point out I'm just a friendly person as far as the whole Comic-Con thing. I'm just a friendly guy.
You are. So, yeah, it's true.
Never mind. Moving on. And what's kind of cool is Michonne says, "I'll get it."
Yeah.
Before Cop and Field Zombie shows up, and again another thing from the show is that multiple times in the TV show we get Michonne's always like, "I got this one, I'll get it." So it's just kind of another good connectivity there. And then Carl needs to go potty after they're driving for a while. So.
Yeah, we had to spend a lot of time on that, several frames on the whole, Carl whispers something to his dad, and then he's like, "Oh, Carl's got to pee." He gets mad. She's gonna figure it out anyway. It's one of these, washing clothes conversations. One of these things that he likes to throw in here, just like it's real life. See, that you just go, we could skip.
Yep, and then so Carl goes off to do his thing, and Rick, through conversations with Michonne, starts to fill her in on the outcome of the prison rumble, which is no Lori, no more Lori, no more Herschel, no more Axel, no more Patricia, and he's starting to exhibit a lot of self-doubt and lack of confidence, and it's all my fault.
Yeah. I have to say, he's a lot more vocal about that kind of stuff in the comic than he is in the TV show.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, in the show, he kind of broods a bit, and you get the idea that perhaps he's upset about something, but it's never quite, like, I fucked up, like he says in the comic. Sorry, bad. But that's what he says, and woe is me, blah 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 blah. He doesn't do that in the show, really. I mean, he has little bits of that kind of conversation, but there's nothing quite like what happens in the comic where he really sort of delves into his feelings and gets kind of emo.
Yep. Yeah, you see the results of his emosity in the television.
Emosity.
So
Is that a word? I
of
like it.
course it is.
Let's make it a word. I like
It's
it.
a word. It's a word. When Farmer Rick, oh, I just grow stuff now. I don't do no. I just bury a gun if I find it.
Exactly.
So whatever he went through to become Farmer Rick, we don't see, but we see the outcome of it. But yeah, this is where he's rattled, felt the decisions he made cost everybody their lives. Possibly influenced by the fact that that's what Carl yelled at him when he was on his death's door a little while back.
True.
Possibly a place where that could have been reinforced.
Yeah.
And so he's down. Michonne's kind of like saying, well, this isn't the confident Rick Grimes that I'm used to. And suddenly they hear noises approaching a clopping noise, clopping noise, approaching the vehicle, and Rick pops up, gun drawn. And who do we see but?
I have to say, like, oddly enough, he doesn't mention the phone.
No, which he has to have. He definitely still has it, because
Right.
we're going to see it more. Yeah, he didn't
Right.
bring up. Yeah, I don't think the phone. I don't know. Does at this point does he know Michonne kind of does some two-way, one-way conversations herself?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody really, because I think the only person that caught her doing that was
Maggie. Maybe?
Was it Tyrese or is it Maggie? One of the two.
It may have been Tyrese.
It's been a while since I read that one, and but yeah, he fails to mention the fact that he's talking on the phone.
Okay, Lori's dead, but I still talk to her on the phone, so it's okay.
She calls me all the time.
That's right. Well, he doesn't. He's got to keep that duck. He's kind of starting to put the whole high thing, putting the moves on Michonne. So it's like, I don't want to. My dead wife's calling me still.
Yeah, and he has kind of a dare I say, Alice Cooper makeup moment before they react to the noises. I don't know if you noticed. There's like one little panel, and it's just his eyes, and it's like super black all the way around his eyes. He looks like really menacing and kind of awesome, especially after his little weird like derpy stalker frame we mentioned.
It was the many faces of Rick Grimes this issue.
So then he swings around the car with his gun out.
And it's Glaggy.
What does he find?
It's Glaggy.
Glaggy. Glaggy. Is that what we're calling him, Glaggy?
Yeah, we're calling him Glaggy.
Okay.
For now. Yeah, Glenn and Maggie show up, and Glenn, also kind of a creepy face in my opinion at the end of it through this, but he's like, so what are you going to do, shoot us? Kind of jokingly. But we're seeing our crew reunited, they're joking back and forth, everybody should be happy. And at this point, so we still have Andrea and Dale out somewhere.
True.
And Sophia. Well, Sophia might be with them. But we're starting to get the whole gang back together. And Glenn and Maggie are on horses. If Rick was heading towards the farm, I'm going to kind of assume that's where those horses came from. But
probably.
We shall see.
Probably. Yeah. I always thought it was. I know, that these are characters of the book and characters of the television show. So at some point they have to kind of reconnect, but it was just always so like fortuitous. Just on the open road. Bam, it happens.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it was fortuitous, but it's storytelling, right? So
it is.
It'd be really boring if they never found each other again, I guess. It's kind of nice. So more to come on the next issue. Hopefully, Jeans, you can take some time when you get a chance in YouTube to underneath in the description section. We probably owe it to the listeners to have an F-bomb count tracker. Let me help you out here a little bit. That would be Jeans 1 in a shocker going out to an early lead. It would be Jeans 1, Kelly 0. So So you might want to
I will.
consider. Yeah. Or I'll put it in a comment if you don't. I think we need to commemorate that somehow.
That's fine. Yeah. I'm usually pretty good, so that's sort of, yeah.
But it was accurate. I mean, that's the whole
What he
section
said.
there at the end. Is he was did a little kind of Negan channeling to a certain degree.
He did.
And,
He did. Yeah, he was a little governor, dropping. Well, I mean, Negan obviously still coming, but
But wherever Negan was, he was dropping F-bombs at that moment. I guarantee it.
I don't think he can speak without them.
No. And that's why we love him. He's just such a guy. He's just such an awesome guy. Team Negan.
Team Negan. Is it Team Governor versus Team Negan, or is it Team Rick versus Team Negan?
I don't know. I think I think one of them's the independent candidate. I don't know who it is, but we'll see. And I'm looking forward to seeing. I just can't wait to see.
Are we saying
what
that
they
the
do.
governor is Trump, or what are we?
Ooh. Boy, so if you got Negan, Rick, and I don't know, because I think Trump's more Negan, because I think
He's
I don't
Negan
know.
without the F-bombs.
I shouldn't. Yeah,
Okay, we dropped that.
I think we're done. We'll be recapping the Republican debate tomorrow. Tune in. No, I think we won't be doing that.
Yes. Okay. So, yes, we'll mention F-bombs and fantastic. So next one is, this is 52. So 53?
53 coming up.
Awesome sauce.
Good deal.
All right.
See ya.